Every single year, Amazon writes a check for $1 billion to the NFL for the rights to Thursday Night Football. If you look at this deal through the lens of traditional media economics, it looks like a financial disaster. There is simply no way to sell enough advertising inventory during a football game to cover a $1 billion annual expense. But here's the paradox. Amazon is perfectly happy to lose money on the broadcast. While traditional networks are fighting for ratings, Amazon is playing a completely different game. This isn't a media deal, it is a ruthless customer acquisition strategy that makes traditional marketing look expensive. Let's break down the sticker shock. Amazon is committed to paying roughly $1 billion per season through 2033. To put that in perspective, that is a massive premium over previous rights fees. And if you tried to run this on a traditional P&L sheet, you would be bleeding cash. In the old model of television, the equation was simple. You buy the rights, you sell ad spots, and the difference is your profit. But at a $1 billion valuation, that math physically just does not work. You simply cannot cram enough commercials into a 3-hour window to recoup that investment. If this were NBC or ESPN, shareholders would be revolting. But Amazon treats the NFL exactly like a grocery store treats a rotisserie chicken. It is a classic loss leader strategy. Grocery stores knowingly lose money on those chickens because they know you will walk in to buy dinner and walk out with $50 of other stuff. They take a hit on the bird to win the basket. Thursday Night Football is just a very expensive chicken. Amazon is happy to lose money on the broadcast because it gets you into the store. The genius here is who they are getting into the store. Linear television is facing a demographic crisis. The average age of a viewer on traditional networks is getting older every year. But on Prime Video, the median age is roughly 48 years old, 8 years younger than the audience watching on linear TV. This is the demographic that advertisers are desperate for. Younger, more affluent, and notoriously hard to reach because they don't pay for cable. These viewers have money to spend, but they aren't watching CBS on Sunday afternoon. Amazon is effectively capturing the elusive cord cutters that traditional networks have already lost. When someone cancels cable, they disappear from the Nielsen ratings and the reach of traditional ad buyers. Amazon is paying that $1 billion premium to be the exclusive home for these missing viewers. They aren't just buying football games, they are buying a monopoly on the most valuable, elusive consumers in the economy. This renders a broadcast loss irrelevant. A traditional network lives or dies by the 30-second ad spot. Amazon doesn't need the ad revenue to sustain the deal. They need the subscription revenue. The game is just the bait. The trap is the annual Prime membership. To understand why Amazon is burning cash on rights fees, you have to stop looking at cost per viewer and start looking at cost per acquisition, or CPA. In the digital economy, the most expensive thing a company can do is find a new customer. Tech giants spend billions on Google and Facebook ads just to get one person to click a link and sign up for a service. But the NFL offers a shortcut that is significantly more efficient than traditional digital advertising. We actually have a perfect case study to prove this concept. In January 2025, NBC used its streaming service Peacock to exclusively broadcast an NFL playoff game. That single broadcast generated 2.8 million new paid signups in a single weekend. It was the largest subscriber acquisition event in the history of the internet. NBC proved that football fans will pull out their credit cards to watch a game. But for NBC, that was a one-time event. Amazon is playing this game every single week. Let's run the math on why this works so well for Amazon specifically. A Prime membership costs roughly $140 a year. If Amazon pays $1 billion for the rights, they need to acquire or retain about 7 million Prime members to break even on the cash flow. That sounds like a lot, but when you consider that acquiring a high-value customer through digital ads can cost anywhere from $50 to $100 per person, acquiring them through football is actually a bargain. And unlike a standard streaming subscriber who might churn after binge-watching one show, a Prime member is sticky. This brings us to the Prime flywheel. This is the economic engine that separates Amazon from every other media company. When you sign up for Peacock or Netflix, you are paying for content. If the content stops being good, you cancel. But when a football fan signs up for Prime to watch Thursday Night Football, they aren't just getting the game, they are getting free 2-day shipping, cloud storage, music streaming, and discounts at Whole Foods. Once that customer is in the ecosystem, their behavior changes. Data shows that Prime members spend significantly more on Amazon, Comsell than non-members, often double or triple the annual amount. So Amazon isn't paying for a viewer, they are paying for a shopper. If a football fan signs up to watch the Chiefs play the Raiders and then buys a new TV, 3 months of diapers, and their holiday gifts through Amazon because they now have free shipping, the lifetime value of that customer skyrockets into the thousands of dollars. This is why comparisons to Netflix are fundamentally flawed. Netflix pays for content to keep you watching because your attention is their only product. Amazon pays for content to get you shopping. They don't mind if you turn off the TV after the game, as long as you open the shopping app the next morning. In fact, Amazon has even experimented with making games free to non-members, like their Black Friday broadcast. This seems counterintuitive until you realize it functions as a massive top-of-funnel marketing event. They let you watch the game for free, because they know once you engage with the interface, they can upsell you on the membership. Getting you in the door is step one, but how they monetize you during the broadcast is the real killer app. The ultimate goal of this partnership is something called T-commerce, or television commerce. For decades, the holy grail of advertising has been the ability to buy a product directly from the screen without getting off the couch. Amazon is the only company on earth with the infrastructure to actually pull this off. They are currently building a future where you can see a jersey on the field, click a button on your remote, and have it delivered to your house the next day. But the immediate value is in the data. This is where the asymmetry between Amazon and traditional networks becomes unfair. If you watch a game on NBC or CBS, the network has a vague idea of who you are. They rely on Nielsen ratings, which tell them that the audience is, for example, males between the ages of 25 and 54. That is helpful, but it is a blunt instrument. Amazon doesn't need to guess. They know exactly who you are. Amazon knows that you bought a crib last Tuesday, so you are likely a new parent. They know you have been searching for Callaway golf clubs. They know you buy dog food on a subscription basis. When Amazon sells ad space during Thursday Night Football, they aren't selling males 18 to 49. They are selling new parents who play golf and own a dog. That level of targeting allows them to charge a premium for ads, because the conversion rate is mathematically higher. They are moving advertising from a spray and pray model to a sniper rifle approach based on actual credit card transaction history. This strategy reached its peak with the introduction of the Black Friday game. The NFL had never scheduled a game on the Friday after Thanksgiving, but Amazon pushed for it aggressively. Why? Because Black Friday is the biggest shopping day of the year. By controlling the screen on the biggest consumption day of the year, Amazon creates a seamless sales funnel. They can run commercials for deals that are live on their site at that exact second. It creates a closed loop where the entertainment and the consumption are happening on the same platform. This reveals the massive competitive moat around Amazon's business. Apple and Netflix are technically competitors in the streaming space, and Apple even has deep pockets for sports rights. But neither of them has a fleet of delivery trucks, a network of warehouses, or a massive retail inventory. If Apple buys NFL rights, they can sell you an iPhone, but they can't sell you a 12-pack of paper towels or a new blender. Amazon can sell you everything. The long-term vision here is terrifying for traditional broadcasters. Amazon is building an ecosystem where the line between watching a game and shopping at the mall is completely erased. They are using the massive cultural gravity of the NFL to suck millions of people into a retail environment where Amazon controls the data, the transaction, and the delivery. While other networks are worrying about the score of the game, Amazon is analyzing the purchase history of the person watching it. They have turned the most popular sport in America into the world's most expensive and most effective shopping catalog. Amazon isn't losing $1 billion on Thursday Night Football, they are investing it. The NFL is a flashy loss leader designed to feed a massive retail and data ecosystem that no other network can touch. While traditional broadcasters are fighting desperately for ratings, Amazon is fighting for your entire wallet. If you want to understand the hidden economics behind the biggest deals in sports and media, make sure to subscribe to Revenue Racers right now.